Number 4, Sheva Alomar, aka the black version of Ashley. If this is your first time watching, well, I'm brown, so no Rachel. No Rachel. No racial. Anyway, Sheva is a member of the BSAA of the West African branch. If you played Resident Evil 5, you would know she has a troubled backstory. I would return her in her own game with Josh making a cameo. If you didn't know, just throwing some light. When Chris went missing in 2012, another time Resident Evil 6 took place, Sheva sent an email. Sheva sent an email to Piers Nivens showing her concern for Chris. I guess Chris had a big impact on her. Anyway, in the game, I would have Sheva trying to put an end to near umbrella facilities in Africa. Like, I know I said we should have Wesker. Not Wesker. Alex Wesker put an end. We should not have Alex Wesker just as the only villain. Maybe, Neon Umbrella is still going on. Like, we could have them as a secondary villain. Maybe. Anyway, in the game, you would be blowing up facilities, Neon Umbrella facilities all over Africa. And you would see flashbacks to when she was a kid. And that will have her uncle in it. So, there you go. Number 3. Yeah, I was about to say number 2. Number 3, Keith Limley and Quid Ketchum. I think I pronounced that wrong. Anyway, I thought these two were a good pair. They had a nice relationship. The banter between them were good, going back and forth. They were very funny at times. However, I would have them be supporting role. Have them have supporting roles again, supporting characters, if you will. I will actually give them their own miniseries that would take place before the next Revelations. Not saying it's going to be Revelations 3. It could be Revelations 4. It could be 5. Anyway. Also, I will also have Keith appear in the Sheva game. Just because it's in Africa. That's just me. And I don't get why Keith didn't have a cameo or was mentioned in RE5. And yes, I did know RE5 was done or was in production before Revelations, so they couldn't make the character up. Excuse me, let me just say that all over again. I don't get why Keith didn't have a cameo or was mentioned in RE5. Yes, I know RE5 was done and the character wasn't even made up yet, but still. Anyway, it would be funny if Quint got a girlfriend who looked just like Jessica, since we know he had a crush on her in Revelations 1 and he stalked it almost to her house. And speaking of Jessica, number 2, Jessica Sherwatt. Jessica was a member of the FBC who later became a member of the BSA, who was secretly a double agent working for Tricell all along. So at the end of Revelations, an ugly man named Raymond Vester handed Jessica a sample of the T-Abyss virus, and she was never to be seen again. When Resident Evil 6 came out, I actually thought she was going to be the villain, but instead, we got 2 unnamed villains who had no build-up. They just came out of nowhere. So, on a video I watched called Resident Evil 6 True Main Villain, I actually wrote down my version of the 6th game on how it should have been. But before I show you this, I just want to let you know I wasn't really a writer yet, because I'm writing my own game. So I'll just pause the video so you can read it and go. Okay, you unpause? Well, let's go. when I would, excuse me, what I would show you Jessica has been up to since making a new version of the T-Abyss virus sample she had. She will be trying to make it not only for water creatures, but land creatures as well. Also, since Jessica worked for Trisal and sent a video to Excella, who was in Victor 5, she did meet Albert Wesker and then eventually Alex Wesker. Alex liked her talent so much that she actually gave her her own island, or her own secret facility, so she could work. When Alex is in Natalia's body and shows up to Jessica's doorstep, she says, "It's me. It worked." And then they decide to continue on their way. But the T-Abyss virus was unstable, and then they send out a spy to gather viruses all over the world. I would have Jessica turn on Alex, then somebody could kill Alex. The last game, quotation marks here, would feature Jessica and she would not inject herself with the virus, then turn into a big stupid monster, but I would just have somebody kill her as a superhuman. Then in the last game, quotation marks again, it would set up more games and more villains. You could say Alex had an apprentice, and you could also have the return of Umbrella, if Umbrella doesn't return in RE7. Number 1 will be in 3 different ways. Fong Lee, Bruce McGovern, and I guess you could kind of see it, but can you guess who it is? Well, if you guessed Art Thompson, you are right. Look, I don't know what it is about Mr. Thompson, but I want him to return. Like, I don't know what it is about Art. I mean, I never played Resident Evil Survivor because it's not that person. But I don't know. I mean, I saw walkthroughs on Resident Evil Survivor, but anyway, fucking Art Thompson. We have the main Resident Evil series, the Revelation series, the Outbreak series, Capcom. I want to Outbreak 3 in a remastered version of 1 and 2. We have the Survivor series, which are canon, except for Survivor 3, which is canon to something else, but I would actually call the game Resident Evil Gun Survivor 5. Fong Lee was a female intelligent employed by the Chinese Ministry of State Security until September 2002. Bruce McGovern was a member of the U.S. Stratcom, who was known among his comrades for getting reckless. For his comrades known for his reckless behavior and completing his missions. Bruce did possess a strong sense of justice. He is willing to die for his ideals, though. Art Thompson was a detective that was sent to Shiana Island at the request of his best friend of Umbrella's shading doings. Now I would have this take place over 4 different time periods: 2009, 2011, 2013. But the one you be playing the most in is 2015. You will learn Bruce is the cousin of Leon, because come on, they look alike, or at least somehow show the same cool factor. You will learn that Fong Lee's mother had 2 other children before she died, and you will learn about her past. And those 2 other children would be Ada Wong and Hunk. Fong Lee, after years staying in China, has decided to eventually move to the United States. Remember that spy I told you about that worked for Alex and Jessica? Well, it's her. Ada would have a cameo, and Ada and Wong will have a weird scene since they haven't seen each other in a long time. Fong will call Ada by her true name, Linda, because in the Resident Evil 2 or Resident Evil 1 beta, she was going to be a scientist named Linda, so that's where I got it from. Bruce will not be working for a new group that is connected to the government. Bruce will still be, or be again, detective and still be best friends with Leon. The villain of Resident Evil Survivor 5 would be new. However, this person did work for Neon Umbrella. And that's the 15 characters I would return to the series. Well, let me see your list in that comment section. You should know this is already my opinion, so no reason for me to say it. Did you like my list? Did you hate it? Let me know. Also, before I go, I want to mention some characters I didn't get you mentioned. Nikolai, this girl, Carlos, Kevin Ryman, Sydney Lennox, Elisa Ashcroft, David King, Tofu, right? And the Merchant. Well, that's it. And this is the beginning of season 3. Well, you have failed the test.
What are you buying? Buying.